Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. I am your very favorite YouTuber, Fat Stuff. Today I'm going to go over my favorite matches from the Mae Young Classic, rounds 2 through the semifinals. On episode 5, round 2, you have Kairi Sane versus Bianca Belair. I've seen Bianca Belair wrestle before, once live, and I believe once before also on NXT on the network. Nothing too impressive. This match, however, she was shining. This match was great. Especially for only being in the business for 1 year, she tore down with Kairi Sane. This match was brutal. These girls really beat the shit out of each other. Watching Bianca Belair wrestle, nothing too surprising from her. If you've seen her wrestle before, that's kind of her style, is that she's real tough. Kairi Sane, however, I had not seen very much of. I assumed she was more into high flying because of all the hype around the elbow. And she does do some high flying. But that girl is tough as nails. Between all of the stiff shots, and especially Bianca whipping Kairi with her hair, and Kairi hitting that brutal spinning back fist, it showed a really unexpected level of toughness from Kairi Sane. But that match was great. I would love to see those two compete again. The next one I'll talk about was on episode 6, still round 2, Mae Young versus Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is supposed to be a heel, but she is so talented that I just don't see her getting booed. I think that's, and maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes I think wrestlers that are going to get over don't get over at all. They're supposed to get over, but she's not. She's clearly working the heel angle, but everything she does is just so good that I just don't see people being able to boo her. Before this tournament, I knew who Mae Young was. I knew she was the shit, but I had never heard of Shayna Baszler because I fell out. I used to watch MMA religiously, and then I just kind of stopped following it, and that was before they had all the girls there fighting, so I never really had seen much as far as females mixed martial arts goes, so I didn't really know what to expect from Shayna Baszler. She dominated that first match, and the first match was great, but you never can tell, just watching one match you can tell if someone's talented or not. But you can't tell how well they'll mesh with other people. So I knew working with Mae Young was going to be an amazing opportunity for her to demonstrate her skills. And I think they tore it down. That's exactly what that was just a demonstration of world-class, phenomenal wrestling. And that match was absolutely perfect. And then also on episode 6, in round 2, we have Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai. Rhea Ripley's only 20 years old, and I hope they picked her up full time. I'd give her like a 20-year contract. You can get 20 good years out of that chick, and she'll still only be 40 at the end of that. Still be able to do anything just as good as she could now, provided she takes care of her body correctly and nothing, there's no mishaps, nothing happens to her. A spot they did that I really liked was out on the apron. Dakota Kai went for a kick, and Ripley caught her and then slammed her face down into the side of the ring. That was tight. I do wish Rhea Ripley had won though, but hopefully we'll be seeing her in the future. I think she would be a great opponent for someone like Charlotte. Moving on to round 3, on episode 7 we have Candice LeRae versus Shayna Baszler. Baszler opened it with the flying knee. I love that. Oh, and Candice hit this amazing suicide dive into a DDT on the outside. That was great. Oh, and the end of that match was great also. Candice LeRae went for, I think she calls it LeRae's Wild Ride or Miss LeRae's Wild Ride, something like that. But she went for that, and Baszler caught her in a sleeper, and that threw me out. That caught me off guard. I didn't see that coming. That was great. That was a great finish. Also on episode 7 in round 3 we had Dakota Kai versus Kairi Sane. They opened with some very nice chain wrestling. One of the moves I really like that Dakota Kai does is she has this kick. I don't know what it's called, but she leans forward and then kicks you in the face with her foot that's behind her. I don't know what that's called, but that's dope. That's a dope kick. Everyone hypes up Kairi's elbow drop, and it is one hell of an elbow drop. But something that I don't think that people talk enough about is her spear. She hits a sick-ass spear in this match. And I've never really been a big fan of the spear. Besides Kairi Sane, I think I can only think of 3 wrestlers that ever did a spear that I thought really looked impressive, which was Goldberg, Rhino, and Edge. But Kairi Sane has a sick spear. Another thing that Kairi Sane did in this match that I really liked is she had Dakota Kai over by the ropes, hit her with a brutal looking double stomp. Also in this match, Dakota Kai hit a couple of really nice running, I don't know what it's called, like a running boot to the face. She hits them when her opponent is on the ground in the turnbuckles, but also standing up, and they are tight. Also, just before the end of this match, Kairi Sane hit Dakota Kai with a devastating looking Alabama Slam. Okay, and then moving on to the semifinals, episode 8, we have Kairi Sane versus Toni Storm. This match was good. A lot of really good chain wrestling in the beginning of this also. And in this match, Kairi Sane hit a flying crossbody off the top turnbuckle to the outside on Toni Storm. But when she did, she kind of ate shit. And when she hit Toni Storm and they went down, Kairi Sane's face slammed into the entrance ramp and busted her cheek open. You could see that shit, the marks right on her face for the whole rest of that match. Again, that Kairi Sane is tough as nails. She shook that shit right off like it didn't even phase her. And Kairi Sane hit another sick-ass spear in this match. Oh, and a thing that Toni Storm did I thought was cool was she hit Kairi Sane with like a muscle buster, but then also bridged it into a pin. Oh, and to jock Toni Storm a little further, she also hit a vicious arm submission. I don't know what it's called, but she was like bridged over. She had Kairi Sane on her stomach and was like bridged onto her back from the side and like wrenching her arm back behind her. It was pretty tight. Toni Storm also hit a sweet leg drop onto Kairi Sane's back from the top turnbuckle, and I love that. I'm a big fan of the leg drop. Alright, and the finish that match was tight. Kairi Sane hit her elbow, but she hit Toni Storm about halfway out in the middle of the ring. Super fresh. She landed on her back, which makes, to me, I think that would be more painful to take an elbow to the back. And then also, she still got the height and the distance. It was just she does have one hell of an elbow drop. And then also on episode 8, moving on to Shayna Baszler's semifinals match was with her mentor, Mercedes Martinez. But you know going in this match is going to be dope because Mercedes mentored Shayna Baszler and coached her, so you know they've worked together a lot and they know each other's limits, and they did beat the shit out of each other. Basically the whole match was them just beating on each other and then it was over. But this is the first time in the tournament that you really start to see that Shayna Baszler can be beat. I mean, I guess back when she wrestled Mae Young, there was a couple of times when you start to think maybe Mae Young was going to beat her, but this time you really start maybe thinking that she's going to lose this match. But she wins, which is cool. When she wins, you're like, oh shit, like Shayna Baszler in the final. It made Shayna Baszler's match went on before Kairi Sane's match, so it made Kairi Sane and Toni Storm's match that much better. To be like, damn, which one of these girls is going to wrestle Shayna Baszler? And then as tough as Kairi Sane's matches were, then when she wins, you're like, oh shit, these girls are going to beat the shit out of each other. It ends on just like a hell of a cliffhanger of like who's, what's going to happen in this match now, when these two badass chicks get in the ring together and duke it out. And that was that. Then there was, I don't remember how much time passed before Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler wrestles, but I'm going to cover that in a different video. I hope you enjoyed this Doom footage. I was doing a little achievement hunting. Last time I recorded one of these, I kept getting distracted, so I figured I would just throw this on top of some footage from some other shit that I'm playing. Just so happened to be an achievement hunting Doom today, so I threw that on. And shit, I'll catch you guys next time. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't yet watched the Mae Young Classic, you fucked up listening to this, because I'm talking all about these matches and shit. You should be watching it. And subscribe to the WWE Network for only $9.99. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.